So let me first start with congratulating Maersk Training with their 40th anniversary. I think having been in the industry for 40 years and having provided upscale, leading industry training to many industries for 40 years is quite an achievement.
I would like to emphasize, when I travel around and meet with a lot of different companies, entities, actors in various industries, very often they bring up that they have a very high regard for the Maersk employee and the Maersk people.
I think it's really important to understand that even with all the steel in the world that we have invested in and have sailing on the seas and standing on the ocean bed, it's worth nothing if we don't have the right people with the right competencies at the right time.
I hope that if you are trained by Maersk, that's the sign that you have been trained by educated, engaged employees and given the best education in order for you to fulfill your job.
Maersk Training contributes to all of the values, not only for their own employees, but also for all those that go through the training centers as a part of their training. If I'm to mention one value in particular, I would say it's constant care. Our employees do incredible, difficult, and oftentimes dangerous work all over the world.
In the industries we operate in, and the industries A.P. Møller - Maersk operate in, the consequences of failure, misunderstanding, mistakes, etc. are gigantic. There are tremendous potential risks and accidents if you don't know how to handle situations, whether it's planned or unplanned. And I think the values is part of that. You talk about constant care, and again we talk about the employees having the right tools, the right standards and training. I think definitely ties very well into that.
So to me, Maersk Training is actually synonymous with our values, which is all about how our people behave and how we operate in the environment when we service our customers. And what Maersk Training does is really to teach and groom our people to do the best job and behave in the right manner. So Maersk Training is really instrumental to what we do.
Maersk Training started up giving service to the oil industry. I mean, it was the idea for Maersk Training was actually to provide safety services and training for the oil industry. But we have within our group seen the advantage of having Maersk Training delivering services also to the other industries.
Maersk Training is different because they don't only teach people competencies. When they train, they work a lot with mindset and they work a lot with behavior. And that's what really makes the difference. It's not the check boxes in a test that determines whether you know what to do when you're in the live situation. It's really working with the whole person. The competency of one person is as important as the competency of a group, because quite often there's one person standing in one situation and he or she needs to know what to do in that situation. We have to remember that so many of the employees that attend training in Maersk Training, they find themselves on a daily basis in incredibly dangerous and very difficult situations that you and I can't even imagine in our very, cozy lives working from an office.
I joined Maersk Training here a year ago, and what was evident for me is that we have tremendous experience in the team. We have many of our instructors, consultants, our staff that has a long history working offshore or working on platforms or working in wind turbines. So I think that is very fundamental for what we do, that we have that frontline experience.
As a head of HR, I'm not, you could say, the natural participant for many of Maersk Training's training courses. But as a leader, I firmly believe that people are people, and what they need to be inspired and to bring their best selves to work every day is actually the same, whether they're on a vessel or a rig or a platform. So I would actually love to go to the British Resource Management training, because I actually think that could inspire me as a leader, even if I lead onshore and not offshore.
So very short term, my daughter, 6-year-old daughter, she arrived the other day and told me that she had a new friend from school and she wanted to invite him home, but she also very specifically said that he's good and he likes to play FIFA PlayStation. And neither my daughter or I can play FIFA on the PlayStation, so we agreed that we have to learn and train obviously in how to play this game so we can invite him home and they can have a good time. A bit more professionally, I've taken the first course in well control, and I would like to now take the second and the third one in well control So that's on me in the next year.
Training never stops. Truly, last night I took training myself 45 minutes in an anti-bribery course. So just an example, it never stops and you need to stay current.
But I think that is our job also, to better understand the impact, because that's what Maersk Training is about. We just don't want just training for the sake of training. We believe in the end it's about the competence. And if we don't feel we can deliver a competence improvement, then we are not so interested to be involved. So it's very much up for us also to consistently now see how we can become a little bit more, focus a little bit more on the evidence side, working with data, working closely with our customers, understanding the business and the operational impact of what we do. So that's a big task, but we have to do it in Maersk Training. It's our job to make that happen.